Alright, so this is going to be part 2 of Jack's wall game. I'm going to leave off, start off where I left off, because that's one of the beauties of the setup I've got going on. I kicked my camera down, and it stopped recording. So, I believe I was basically just talking about why While Standing 3-2 is really good. I think I pretty much covered it. Really easy to hit confirm mid the wall splats. So now, okay, now I know where I left off. Just basically your two options. Low parry. If you're gonna be brave and try to guess the low, you should low parry. Otherwise, your only other option really is to hope that he tries to throw you and break it. And I'm gonna go into the throws after this that he can use on the wall, or to bait out a mid string and duck it. This is one of my favorite mix-ups because I get to tell exactly what kind of player I'm playing against. This is where I get my most useful reads, is when I'm able to put a player in this kind of position. I get to tell exactly how he reacts, what his first options are, what he wants to do. So, your best bet really is to try to wait for the mid and duck the mid. And if you don't duck the mid, or the mid-high, I should say, sorry, the mid-high. If you don't duck the mid-high, at the very least, you're at plus a lot of frames, and you can try to either throw, or move, or just get away from the wall. But your best bet is to try to bait out one of those, and duck it and launch, and get out that way. That way you can get a fresh character in, all that. Now, obviously, if they use this option, and they're good, they're going to hit confirm, realize that you blocked it, and stop. This kick by itself is -9, so if that's the case, you've kind of put yourself, you're probably waiting for the second hit to duck, so at the very least you put yourself in kind of a neutral situation, where he has to go into full, if he wants to start the mix-up again, and doesn't just go for like a shoulder or something random, then he's going to have to kind of scoot forward and get into full crouch and do full crouch down back one. So again, that's your kind of opportunity to hop kick out, throw out, just to get out of the situation. The other options that Jack has after one of these is his grabs. He has two really, really good wall grabs. The one is, of course, up forward 1+2. Up forward 1+2 into down, down, forward 2. Really damaging wall splitting grab that's going to lead to a whole lot of damage. But you have two ways out of this. Obviously you can break it, it's a 1+2 break. Even better, if you're feeling confident, you can block the punch. And what a lot of players don't know is that the punch is actually around -18 or 19. It may be a bit more, but it is at least -19. So let's see if I can, I'm going to get camera shy, I know, and fail at blocking this. Let's see. I need to position setting, reverse. Okay. So I'm going to bring in Marduk, and I'm going to punish it with Chop Your Neck, which is 17 frames. You know what, just to be, let me see. Actually, I'm going to punish it with his down forward 1+2 headbutt, which, depending on the range, is either 18 or 19 frames. So let's see if I can do it here. Alright. First time, what do you know? And as you can see, punish popped up. That punch is extremely punishable. To keep it safe, again, you can use your best Paul Deathfish punish to punish it, but a lot of times you're going to be able to get a launcher. So let's see if I can do it one more time. Probably not. No. Can't get lucky twice. Or three times. Alright, so I got a full punish there. Going to do a lot of damage. So that's that throw. His other throw, and this one I'm going to have to switch around here. And a standing guard. Alright, his other throw is down back 2+3. Now if you get hit with this, You can either break it, and if you don't break it, you have to just hope that the Jack player fucks up. And if he does fuck up, just like the other throw, you get a launch, but this one's much easier. So if you get hit with this, ooh, yeah, see? I'm not very good at this. This is actually something I just recently discovered. But a shoulder charge after this is actually guaranteed. And I am very bad at it. But take my word for it, it is guaranteed. So this is the optimal situation, is that someone hits you with this throw and just starts jumping around or does a shoulder that you can block and punish. Yeah. So this is obviously something I've got to work on. Alright, so there we go. So you want to try to break that. That one's a 2 break, or you just hope they fuck up if you don't break it and launch punish them and get away from the wall anyway. So Jack obviously has an extremely strong wall game. Some of the other options that Jack has, a little more unorthodox, but one's worth knowing is that Debugger in this situation actually gives him a small combo, depending on the size of the character. So if he hits you with Debugger, he can do While Standing 4, and on a big character like Jack, Marduk, Kings, maybe even Miguel, he actually gets the full down back 1 series. Against every other character, he gets just While Standing 4, down back 1/1/1. So that's good to know, though, because if you don't block Debugger, I mean, that's a good, depending on the size of your character, a good probably 65 to 70 plus damage. So it's a lot. So that's something to be aware of. Again, I think I posted this in another video. I can't remember if it was one that actually stayed. But if you get knocked down by Debugger near the wall, or if you're on the ground near the wall and he does Debugger as a ground hitting option, you can giddy up kick forward to punish it every time. The recovery is too slow and he can't actually block it. Or you can take the opportunity to tag out. So I think that covers most of... okay. One more thing that I didn't think about. After a wall combo, now people are getting out of this left and right in tournaments. I haven't hit this since like T6. But it's good to know. Let me go into defensive training. I'm going to record. No. Position settings. That doesn't even matter. Yeah, I don't really need to set it up near the wall, but that's a move that you have to... It's really good on Wake Up after a wall combo to dash up and do it. You have to duck. That's how you get out of that. It's an unbreakable kind of throw attack that leads into a punch for a decent chunk of damage. If he's doing that to you, you just have to duck. So I think that about covers most of the particulars of Jack's wall game. There are some other, there's probably about 1 million possibilities that someone could set you up with, really. This used to be really effective. It's not as effective anymore because they increased the recovery time of full crouch down back 1. But full crouch down back 1 actually puts them into the wall. It's really hard to get a full combo anymore because of that change in the recovery time. There might be other options. But, so after a down back 2, you can actually re-wall splat them sometimes. Maybe back 4/4. There we go. Okay, so that's probably his best option now. So there's, they could do jab, bait you with jabs into a sidestep shoulder, just kind of like every character with a fast wall splatting move. Just bait a sidestep into a wall splat. But I think that will really kind of give you a good overview of at least what his options are. So again, to just kind of review, the pressure game from a distance, just know that the main tool is a high, and if you can duck it early, you can kind of save yourself some trouble and get yourself away from the wall. Sidestep 1 is +3 on block, gets him in. Forward 1 +2 is minus... I want to be specific on that. even though I did it in the last section. Minus 19, so if you read that after a sidestep 2 and block it, you can get out of the wall by punishing that, or just kind of using the frame advantage to move away. And just know that, I mean, if he gets you to the wall after a wall combo, and he's getting you on wake up, his first option is going to be to get this. So just try to either crush right away, or just do whatever you can to kind of get away from this. Because as soon as Jack hits you near the wall, and hits you with full crouch down back 1, the mix-up begins, and it makes you have to play really honest, just a really honest mix-up. So just look out for that. Try to avoid getting hit by this in the first place near the wall, and that should help you survive a little longer. Again, there's really no end-all, beat-all answers to Jack's wall game. Obviously, some characters like Devil Jin and Lars have like an up 4 or up 4-3 type move that is useful in situations like this. But again, I mean, once the mix-up gets started for both of these, if you block that, you're not going to be able to crush out of that. And if you get hit by this, you're also, as far as I know, not going to be able to crush out of that. Those moves might get out of it, but generic Hopkick won't. So your best bet is to try to avoid the initial startings to those mix-ups in general. Oh yeah, and I don't think I mentioned, the other reason is that move is good is because if you don't block it and it hits you, he gets a wall splat anyway. So just a really powerful wall game. That's why Jack is a good character, is because one of the main reasons he's a good character is because he has a really powerful wall game that is just really hard to deal with. But now that you know his options, hopefully it'll make it a little easier. You can start making smarter options yourself and come up with your own ways to get out of the dangerous Jack wall game. Alright guys, thanks a lot.